you choose to work with in this current real estate market matters now more than it ever did before. The reason I say this is because this market is changing so drastically on a monthly basis. Where we were at just a few months ago at the end of the year and at the very beginning of 2021 is nothing compared to where we're at now. If you want to know what's happening in the real estate market, keep watching. My name is Carrie Nelson. I'm a realtor with West USA Realty. I am located in the West Valley Phoenix suburbs. I do service Phoenix and all of the surrounding areas. I'm actually licensed to sell anywhere in the entire state of Arizona. So for all of your Arizona real estate needs, I got you. If you're looking outside of Arizona and you're looking for an amazing realtor in your area, please feel free to reach out to me. I do network with realtors all over the nation and all over the world, and I would be more than happy to set you up with someone who kicks ass in your area. All right, time to dive in. The monthly median sales price is up to $360,000, which is up about 18% from this time last year. We're looking at about 4,000 active listings in the Metro Phoenix area and about 12 days of home supply currently on the market. Anything less than 6 months supply is considered a seller's market. So as you can see, we're in a very hardcore seller's market. This is not the time as a home buyer to be asking for favors from the seller. Putting in an offer above asking price might give you a little bit of anxiety as a buyer, especially if you are a first-time home buyer. However, with the current trends we're seeing, it shows that the median price above asking is increasing month over month. To touch on that, the median price above asking in January was $6,000, in February it was $10,000, March was $11,000, and so far in April we are seeing $15,000 above asking. This can obviously create some issues with appraisal if you are purchasing with a loan and not cash. But if you are bringing a fair amount of cash to the table, make sure that you are communicating with your lender to see if you could possibly put a smaller amount of cash down and use that cash difference to make up for the difference should appraisal come in low. Just as an example, my husband and I are purchasing a new home. We close on Monday. We did a conventional loan with just 5% down. A lot of people still have this mindset and mentality that you have to put 20% down. You do not have to put 20% down to purchase a home in this market. My best piece of advice is to make sure you're consulting with a lender and communicating your needs with your lender. I recently had some buyers who closed on a new build and they brought very little money to the table because they were able to utilize a down payment assistance program and use the new build's lender who ended up covering their closing costs. My best advice for buyers in this market is to make sure you are figuring out what your absolute maximum purchase price is so you're able to budget accordingly or bring more cash to the table if you are able to. For some buyers in this market, it may be more beneficial to put down a smaller down payment like we had just talked about so you can make your money work for you and offer cash above appraisal to possibly get that winning offer. New builds were a great option 6 to 8 months ago when our home inventory started dwindling down significantly. However, I have seen that new builds have gone from about 5 to 6 months build time to 10 to 12 months on average. Some of the things causing these delays are not having enough work crews to cover increasing demand, not having certain materials available, or rising costs in certain materials. I just had someone bring to my attention there's a builder nearby who is saying $3,000 down and you do not sign off on the purchase price until they break ground and pour your foundation, which I also have another client right now who's building new and they're 4 months in and they haven't even poured the foundation yet. So just to give you a very realistic snapshot of what new builds look like right now. However, I do have 2 new build clients who have closed within the last few months who now have about $100,000 in equity in their pocket. This is due to new build price increases, which some of these builders are seeing price increases of 5 to 10 grand every week or two. Needless to say, new builds are more tricky than they've ever been with all of these things in place. So it's now more important than ever to make sure you're bringing your realtor with you to look at model homes the first time that you go look. The reason I say this is because if you sign off on anything and you don't have your realtor with you, you may be waiving your right to have realtor representation entirely. As a new home buyer, it is totally free for you to have realtor representation. You are not paying my commission. The home builder is paying my commission. Now is not the time to leave yourself in the dark with trying to navigate the very tricky and crazy process of building a new home right now. So please, whether it's me or someone else, make sure you're bringing your realtor with you the first time if you are considering a new build. On the seller side, homes are now selling for 101% of list price on average. What this means is that homes are obviously selling above listing price, and that listing price is where you start negotiations, not where you work down from in this current market. Buyer demand is still crazy hot right now, and I have personally negotiated 3 appraisal waivers for my sellers this last month, so they don't even have to stress about appraisal. I've also had a few of my clients whose home value has increased over $50,000. $50,000 in value in just the last month based on recent comps. As you can see with these current trends, home prices are still expected to increase a bit this year before leveling off towards the end of the year. I will say though, buyer demand has decreased significantly since December, so I'm not sure how long the market is going to hold at this value before it starts leveling off and we aren't seeing these crazy price increases. If you own a home in the Metro Phoenix area, now might be a great time to cash out on your investment or at least see what your home is worth to see if it's worth cashing out on. Remember that if you've lived in your home as your primary residence for less than 2 years, you may be subject to paying capital gains taxes on whatever the profit is once it sells. So make sure that you are having that conversation with your realtor ahead of time so you can get those numbers all squared away. It is still a great time to buy something because as you can see, home prices are increased. So it's still a great time to cash out on your investment while you still can and get into something before home values increase even more. If you do want to sell, but you're not 100% sure what you're gonna do or where you're gonna go yet, or maybe you need a little bit more time, I have negotiated a couple of leasebacks for 2 of my sellers this month. For both of my clients, we are closing May 3rd, and they're both able to stay in their current home until July 1st, so it does give them some more time to figure things out. If you have any questions about the current real estate market, or maybe you're thinking of buying or selling within the next few months, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm always here, and I'm happy to answer any and every question you may have about real estate. If you want to see what your home is worth and try to decide where you want to go from there, please reach out to me. I do provide a completely free, no strings attached market analysis so you can see exactly how much your home is worth. Thank you so much for all of your continued support and all of your patience over these last couple months. As I mentioned before, we're in the process of buying a new home and selling ours, so things have been a little chaotic between that and just normal life stuff. I did share this on my social media, but in case you missed it there, I am going to be just doing the 1 market update video per month at this time. Taking the time to write, film, and edit a video and everything that goes along with that does take a lot of time, but I do love doing it. I love creating. I love bringing you guys value. I just want to make sure that I'm able to honor my commitments to my family, my clients, and my friends. I'm hopeful to go back to 2 videos within the next few months, but I'm just going to feel it out and kind of see how this goes. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate your time so much, and I will see you guys next month for your May real estate market update. Bye, guys.